built also in the 17th century. It was built by the same person, and this is like both of them 17th century. And you can see the difference because both of these buildings are a bit higher.
Yeah.
And this building is lower. What does it mean? It means that on one hand, that's a cultural layer of the 15th century. On the other hand, that's the 17th century. It's higher because it was built later. But the person, the ruler of Samarkand, Bahadur Yalan Tujbi, he was not so eager to
outshine.
On one hand, he was planning to show himself more powerful than Timurids, but on the other hand, he was keeping the respect to them.
Yeah.
That's why it's not very high regarding to this one, because actually this building is the replica of the one on the left,
Yeah.
of the very first one. But the last one is the most interesting because, as you can see, the dome is brand new. I mean, it looks like a brand new because it was built in 1960s. 1966
Oh,
it was
really?
built, but the building 17th century. How did it happen?
They had to open the ceiling up?
No, it was not there. It was never. It was
Well,
never.
I mean, is that just sitting on top of the roof? If there's no, you can't see it from underneath as a dome?
No. I mean, there was no dome at all.
Oh, I knew that, but when they put it up, they didn't open it up to the, you could see it from the floor. It's just sitting on top of the roof?
Kind of, yes. But the reason why it happened is because the ruler, he didn't have enough money. Well, he finished this one, and finally his money was finished. And he said to his architect, I don't have money for the dome. You do whatever you want, but make an optical illusion of the dome for the people, for the visitors, because inside, underneath the dome, there was a mosque. And let them believe that there is a dome above them. And he made an optical illusion with the help of beautiful decoration, which you will see now. And it was feeling like a dome. But actually the dome was built later in 1966, and then earthquake happened in Samarkand in later. Well, in 1966 we had earthquake in Tashkent, and before that in Samarkand, and afterwards in Samarkand as well. And in 2001 we rebuilt, well, I would say refurbished this dome, and this is why it looks like a brand new. It's not turquoise, exactly turquoise color, it's more blue.
Yeah.
Because the person who was in charge of this building, he was originally from Khorasan, from Khiva, and he preferred some cold colors, not very turquoise colors. And this one is called Tilakori. Tilakori means covered with gold. Well, it's 100% covered with gold, as we can see. And both of these three buildings were functioning as madrasa schools. On the first floor, these were the classrooms. On the ground floor, on the second floor, these were dormitory. But the only thing that they became nowadays souvenir shops. Upstairs they use as the warehouse and storage, and downstairs they use it as the shops. We have two graves in here. So one is this one, and another one over there, beyond the fence. And actually these are two people related to Bukhara rulers. In the 16th century, when Bukhara rulers Abdullah Khan II and his relatives passed away, they decided to be buried. They wished to be buried in Registan Square, because there wasn't any space left in here. Finally, they were buried in there, believing that this is the holy place. Everybody in Uzbekistan accepts this one as the holy place. Underneath of us, sand. Below the sand, bloody square, because all the death penalties were executed here. Below the bloody square, we have trading, culture, and knowledge. So literally we are standing on top of the history, and at least underneath of us about 12 cultural layers, dated back to the BC times, 6th century, even century BC times. Even before Alexander the Great, there was a civilization here, because the age of Samarkand is 2,750 years old. It's contemporary of Rome, Athens, Babylon, and many other cities, of the world cities. We